Let me ask you something. When was the last time a skip level meeting gave you real insight, not just polite updates? Skip levels should be one of the most powerful leadership tools you have, but most leaders waste them. They walk out with surface level check ins instead of clarity, trust, and the truth. Today, I'm sharing a few strategic questions that turn skip levels into high impact conversations so your team feels heard, your vision gets reinforced, and your leadership actually scales. Let's dive in. A while back, I filmed a video called Skip Level Meetings Do's and Don'ts. If you missed it, follow the link below and check it out. It lays the foundation for an effective skip level meeting. But today, I want to take that conversation further. I want to give you a few strategic questions that turn skip levels into high impact conversations so your teams feel heard, your vision gets reinforced, and your leadership actually scales. To start, it's important to understand that skip level meetings aren't casual chats. They're a privilege. They're an opportunity to get a pulse on what's actually happening in the trenches. Done right, they give you an unfiltered view of what's working, what's not, and how your team really feels. But let's be clear, that kind of insight doesn't just show up. You've got to set the conditions for it. That starts before the meeting begins. Send an agenda. Share a few open-ended questions ahead of time. Encourage your team to reflect before meeting with you, because the goal isn't to fill time, it's to drive alignment. And lastly, come prepared. Know what they're working on. Understand the context. I've seen leaders walk into a skip level meeting and just wing it. And you know what? It shows. The employee feels like an afterthought, not a priority. So the first question you should ask is this: what's working and why do you think it's working? See, most leaders just ask what's working. That's fine. But it's just a surface level question. The follow-up, why do you think it's working, is pure gold. It shifts the conversation from updates to insights, from praise to pattern recognition. Because when someone can name not just what's going well, but why, you're no longer collecting updates, you're uncovering repeatable themes. Maybe it's a system finally clicking. Maybe it's a teammate going above and beyond. Maybe it's a process that's been quietly cleaned up without anyone noticing. What I love about this question is it helps you, the leader, spot strengths to scale. It helps you catch culture building behavior in action, and it reinforces what right actually looks like from their view, not just yours. And when you call that out, you build clarity, you build alignment, and you build momentum. Whatever you do, resist the urge to hijack the conversation with your version of what's working. Skip levels aren't a time for you to showcase what you think is working. It's a time to listen for what they see. Next question: what's not working the way you had hoped? This one matters a lot. Notice I didn't say what's broken, because that puts people on the defensive. Instead, ask what's not working the way you had hoped. It's a safer door to walk through. It invites honesty without blame. And when they share, don't jump straight to solutions. Instead, stay curious. Ask, something like, what have you already tried? Why do you think is really getting in the way? Because often it's not just the issue, it's the story around the issue that needs untangling. And when you help someone name that clearly, bam, you don't just fix a problem, you develop a critical thinking skills in that person. But here's the key: stay open, stay curious, even when the answer stings. I say that because I've had skip levels where someone brought up a painful truth to me, something I didn't want to hear. And I'll be honest, it took everything in me not to jump in and defend or explain. Because the moment you get defensive, what ends up happening is the door closes. You taught them it's not safe to be honest. Remember, don't dismiss their input, even if you think they misunderstood the bigger picture. Sometimes what they're expressing isn't the problem, it's the signal. Your job is to listen for the issue behind the issue. And when you help them unpack that, you don't just solve something, you show them that their voice and their thinking matters. The next great question to ask is, Where might I be creating confusion? This is the question most leaders avoid. The best ones lean into it because confusion doesn't always start on the front line. Sometimes it starts with us. Unclear priorities, shifting messages, mixed signals. Asking this question tells your team, I'm open, I'm human, I care about clarity more than control. And when they see that, they bring you the real stuff, not just the safe stuff. I've asked this question in skip levels before, and I had someone gently point out a decision I made that confused the entire team. Not because it was wrong, but because I hadn't explained the why. That moment of clarity saved weeks of second guessing. And here's the don't. Don't shut down. Don't rush to explain it away. Just listen. Your team isn't expecting you to be perfect. They just need to know you're willing to be clear. And when they see that, they'll bring forward the real barriers, not just the safe ones. Lastly, I want to remind you to lead with vision, not just gather feedback. And I say that because this is a trap. Too many leaders treat skip levels like a feedback survey. They collect opinions, but they forget to zoom out. Your team doesn't just need a chance to talk. They need a friendly reminder of the bigger picture. So before the meeting ends, help them zoom out. Remind them where the company is headed. Share why their role matters. Reconnect them to the why behind the work. Because the best skip levels don't just capture insight, they build alignment. They reinforce culture. They remind people they're part of something bigger than their inbox. Look, skip levels done right will scale your leadership faster than almost anything else. Don't waste them. If you haven't seen my earlier video on skip level meetings, do's and don'ts, go watch that one next. Pair those insights with these questions, and I promise you'll never run a skip level the same way again. If you're ready to elevate your leadership brand, influence, and impact, I got something for you. Download my free ebook, The CEO Shift. Empower your leaders to think like entrepreneurs and lead like owners. Inside, I'll walk you through how to elevate your leadership, how to drive alignment, and how to build a high-performance team that owns the mission. If you're not quite ready for that level yet, that's cool. Let me at least send you a copy of my latest book, Freedom to Experiment. It's all about how to reignite both your and your team's energy, sharpen your focus, and build unstoppable momentum. The book is free. All I ask is for you to cover a small shipping and handling fee. Hit the link in the description and we'll take care of the rest. If today's message hit home, here's how you can help others find it too. First, like this video. Drop a comment below related to your business. Maybe drop something about hey, what's one strategic question you'll ask in your next skip level meeting? And of course, subscribe, because every week I'm sharing strategies and tactics to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this, you're just one idea away. I'll talk to you in the next video.